I wonder if you know that I know he's lying, right?
Let me make one final plea.
We don't do that here.
Mr. President, millions have put their trust in you.
What do you mean by that?
And as you told the nation yesterday, you have felt the providential hand of a loving God. In the name of our God, I ask you to have mercy upon the people in our country who are scared now.
You're broke! You're f***ing poor!
There are gay, lesbian, and transgender children in...
Why are you gay?
Who says I'm gay?
You are gay.
Democratic, Republican, and independent families. Some who fear for their lives.
Emotional, damn it!
And the people who pick our crops and clean our office buildings, who labor in poultry farms and meat packing plants. Who wash the dishes after we eat in restaurants and work the night shifts in hospitals. They may not be citizens.
What?
Or have the proper documentation.
The murder case that became a flashpoint in the debate over immigration and border security in this country. A migrant in this country illegally, now on trial in the death of 22-year-old Georgia nursing student Laken Riley.
But the vast majority of immigrants are not criminals.
26-year-old Jose Ibarra, who's charged with murder, is pleading not guilty. He's an undocumented immigrant from Venezuela who illegally entered the country in 2022.
They pay taxes.
He went hunting for females on the University of Georgia's campus.
And are good neighbors.
Clark County 911. Hello, this is Clark County 911. Can anyone hear me?
When Laken Riley refused to be his rape victim, he bashed her skull in with a rock repeatedly.
They are faithful members of our churches and mosques.
Prosecutors point to Ibarra's thumbprint on Riley's cell phone and video of him throwing away clothing with her DNA as proof of his guilt.
Synagogues, wadara, and temples.
And the animals arrested for Jocelyn's barbaric murder are two illegal aliens believed to be members of the savage Venezuelan prison gang known as Tren de Aragua. And they're all over the place now. They're all over our country.
I ask you to have mercy, Mr. President, on those in our communities.
This past June, Alexis's 12-year-old daughter, her precious angel, as you say, Jocelyn, we all called her that. We feel we know Jocelyn. And she's had a big impact, Alexis. You know that, right? She's had a big impact. Walked to a nearby convenience store. Jocelyn was kidnapped, tied up, assaulted, and I'm not going any further than that. I'm standing with the mother. And horrible things happened to her, to that young, beautiful girl.
Whose children fear that their parents will be taken away.
Jocelyn's accused murderers, Franklin Peña and Johan Martinez Rangel, are illegal migrants from Venezuela.
We are seeking death because we want the message out there that regardless of who you are, but especially if you are illegally in this country, that you will face the same consequences as anyone else for murdering a child during the course of raping and kidnapping her.
And that you help those who are fleeing war zones and persecution in their own lands to find compassion and welcome here.
These monsters were in Border Patrol custody, but under a program Kamala Harris created to abolish detention for fighting-aged men, whatever that means, and give them free and automatic entry into the United States. The killers were released into our country, and Alexis, we cannot begin to imagine your pain.
Our God teaches us that we are to be merciful to the stranger, for we were all once strangers in this land.
I appreciate everything Donald Trump, Senator Ted Cruz has done for me. They've been a tremendous amount of help for me and my family during this incredibly hard journey for me. I want to thank everybody for listening to my words. Thank you.
May God grant us the strength and courage to honor the dignity of every human being, to speak the truth to one another in love, and walk humbly with each other and our God.
A lie detector determined that was a lie.
Shouldn't have been in our country, and he never would have been under the Trump policy.
Good of all people in this nation.
Wait a minute! Who are you?
And the world. Amen.
Me personally, I wouldn't take this level of disrespect.
Why you always lying?